Shalom Lekulam, and welcome to day number 44 of the count of the Omer. Today we're meditating on the forces of Geburah, the Malchut, Geburah with the Malchut, the force of dignity. So, previously we were talking about that we need to establish respect, that we need to establish our own personal dignity. And we were meditating on that midot. And what we wanted was to establish the foundation of our own kingdom. A kingdom needs to have respect. A kingdom needs to have dignity. A kingdom cannot allow other forces to come and invade the kingdom and destroy it. So this is why on this day of Geburah de Malchut, the day number 44, the count of the Omer, we learned that we need to establish limits. These limits need to be applied in our personal relationship. However, just because we're establishing limits in our relationships, that does not mean that we are supposed to stop being affectionate. This is not what Malchut is all about. Malchut is like a kingdom, it's like a fortress, but we have to be loving people that are not weak. We're loving people that are strong. We will not establish authority over others, but we cannot allow the others to establish authority over us. We can compromise and get into a relationship in which we can allow certain kind of negotiation, right? But the authority, the real authority that we have for ourselves and the authority that we will establish for others has to come from the side of respect, not of force, not of basically making it happen no matter what. We have to be conscious of our own limitations in our physical reality and our own limitations when it comes to our spiritual levels. We have to respect authority as a society members, right? But also we need to establish limits in our own relationship with ourselves or with our own relationship with others. This implies that, for example, if I am a person that is constantly using alcohol or drugs and things like that, that's not a relationship with myself that is healthy. That's not a relationship that is giving me dignity. That's a relationship that is destroying me and destroying, who knows, even the people around me. So we have to establish these limits in which we need to create within our own fortress rules and follow these rules. It is said that our body is a temple and that we need to treat it as a temple. So that's the whole point here. We need to treat our body as it is sacred, and we need to treat the relationship with others as if that relationship was sacred as well. I have to be happy within my own limitations, meaning I have to accept my lot. I need to accept what God has given me. I need to be happy for the development and the advancement that other people are doing in life, as well as I am advancing and developing myself. I need to be happy for that as well when it comes to others. But not let them advance at the expense of you, and not for you to advance at the expense of them, because that's not creating these limits. Somebody's losing the dignity. That might be you, or that might be the person, depending on the action that has been done. So what we need to understand is in our relationship with ourselves and our relationship with others, you have to put these limits, but these limits cannot make you feel like if you don't belong to society, to this planet, and things like that. We need to make sure that you're not acting in self destructive ways. These limits are there in order to show you that you need to be strong with dignity, right? I need to make sure that I don't invade others people relationship with themselves and with the creator, but also I should not let them invade myself. There's no coercion in spirituality, so their advancement in spirituality is a personal relationship with the creator, between that person and the creator. And we don't know, we cannot be judging those people that don't advance as fast probably as we are, or we cannot judge ourselves if we're not advancing as fast as we may think that other people are. So we have to be careful with judgments and with limits. And we need to be careful that we're not limiting ourselves so much that we're not allowing ourselves to grow. So, with this in mind, let's meditate on this day, on Geburah de Malchut, on fortitude within dignity, or strength within dignity, and the relationship we have with us, with the Creator, with others, and what kind of limits we need to put in there. Limits that will allow us to love without a invasive way that will destroy our dignity or somebody else's dignity, or love with limitations that will not allow us to grow. So put that in a balance. You put limits in order to be able to love others, love the creator in a way that you don't lose your dignity and they don't lose their dignity, the people. But also you have to put limits, but you have to be careful with those limits that they are not becoming a barrier and they're not allowing you to grow as a person and also spiritually. So keep that in mind as we start the meditation.